Ну да, стримил. У меня нет предыдущего. А, ну, наверное, с 12 года, который стоит.
Once upon a time. That's how these things usually start, yes? A sister took pity on her brilliant, prolific, and incredible brother. She had somehow gotten it in her head that he might be lonely, or at least that's what she claims. And so, on a perfectly fine, productive Friday afternoon, the sister picked up her son from the Elwood Academy for Boys and dropped the aggravating child off on the brother's doorstep. Now the boy, had visited Quadrangle Manor on a few occasions. Each time was complete with a grand entrance from the brother, who was in fact a professor and inventor with a profound and soaring intellect. With each visit, the inventions he exhibited became more slick and cutting edge. The boy eagerly awaited the revealing of the professor's latest contrivance, but this, the most captivating of visits, started a bit.
Ну, такие вот
Let's see here.
дела.
If I configure the transdimensional velocity regulator at approximately 0.887 microseconds past the... Oh, you're here? I have the most incredible invention to show you this visit. Unfortunately, I'm a bit indisposed at the moment. If you take your luggage into the foyer, I will join you as soon as I can.
Да, мышка очень быстрая. С мышей чувствительность. Ну, можно чуть-чуть побыстрее, ладно. Ну, вот так вот. Ну, пойдем, ладно, все равно быстровато.
Oh, you confounded machine. What was that?
Ну, ладно. Некрасиво без рефлекса.
I believe I told you to bring your luggage with you. Apparently, children of this
Uh,
generation aren't the best at
извините.
listening. How entirely frustrating.
Идем.
Oh, good. There should be a safety release for the door up there somewhere. Now, where on earth did I put that? Oh, yes, I'd forgotten. You're not particularly tall, are you? You should be able to use your luggage to give you an extra boost.
А, ёптун.
Wait a minute. Something isn't quite right here. Oh, no, 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 no! Ah! Wait, what just happened?
Я не знаю.
Not entirely sure where I am right now. The security uplink on my watch still seems to work, so I can see you and... Hello? You can hear me, right? Jump around a bit if you can. Ah! It seems as if I can still tap into the intercom system. Well, I most certainly can do better than this. Testing, 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 testing.
Testing, testing.
Testing! There. Ha! Much better. Now, what in the world are you doing here? Were you supposed to be here today? No matter. Well, judging from the current underwhelming amount of light in this room, we're still on backup power. My head is killing me. It seems as though I now possess a rather large epidural hematoma. Bump on the head. Do me and yourself a favor and head to the front hall. There's a way to restart the power grid. Last I remember, I was in the new technology sector, and then... I don't know. If you head over to my office over on the left, you should be able to restart the manor's power grid.
Мэйвел. Коллекция бабочек. Это что? Это усы. Неплохие.
Throw that switch there. It should be the one. Well, that wasn't as effective as I had hoped. You'll have to reactivate the generators in each sector in order to lift the current lockdown. Just take the glove in the box with you. I wish you could see my facial expression right now, as I am not pleased. What you are holding is an early prototype of the interdimensional shift device, or IDS device for short. It's one piece of my latest invention that should come in handy.
Come in handy.
You know, because it's a glove. If you can access the generator at the back of each wing, we might be able to lift the lockdown on the rest of the house. It seems as if the breaker did unlock the blue wing. Well, I suppose you should start there first. There's something I must tell you. My latest invention has required me to make a few adjustments to the house since the last time you barged in. I mean, visited. Now, one of the topics our family has been studying for several generations are rifts existing between various dimensions. I've been able to develop a power source that will channel enough energy into one of these dimensional rifts that it can be widened enough to travel through.
Что это, блядь?
The glove controls the power source, which allows you to travel to whichever dimension has rifts in the area. You won't have control over the ability to switch dimensions yet. Just be patient. This door is using one of my inventions, the repetitive, periodic, articulating gruidae, or a drinking bird, except it's far more advanced. Well, because your glove is an early prototype, it has a few limitations in terms of dimension accessibility and the distance it can be from a receptacle in order to function. You'll see what I mean, eventually.
Заскринить котика. А можно убрать отражение прицела ебучего? Отражение мыши. Вот оно, да, наверное? Смена перспективы.
This is such an early experiment with dimensional shifting, so I decided to have it triggered remotely with the drinking bird. Instead of operating a door, the bird will trigger a dimensional shift. There's an IDS battery in the machine that will power the dimensions, which in this case is Fluffy Dimension. In addition to Fluffy being embarrassingly adorable, it's also rather useful because everything is 10 times lighter than normal. Though that looks like a regular scale, it is in fact a portable kinetic mass to electricity converter.
Ну, все поняли, наверное, что эта игра похожа, да?
There's that lovely bird again. Sometimes I call him Desmond. Something to note. Since you're holding a version of the IDS device, you, in fact, are not the you in an alternate dimension. Let me try that again. You remain constant. So no matter the dimension, your mass, shape, speed, and personality remain the same. You should throw that IDS battery into the receptacle mounted on the wall.
Там что-то раздвигалось.
That receptacle will distribute the power source around the room, allowing you to now use your IDS device to switch dimensions at your leisure.
Кайф.
As I mentioned, dimensional rifts in the manor are magnified by the stabilizing energy from the IDS receptacle and batteries. This is what enables you to slip between dimensions when you're wearing the IDS glove. Ah, that's Dolly. Dynamic Object Linear Ligation Interface. To you, a cloning device. I like my house just so. So I decided to add functionality to her to keep everything consistent. I'll need to tune that later.
Ой. А диван я тоже смогу поднять? Да.
These are my own particular hybrid beams of carbon dioxide and neodymium dope yttrium aluminum garnet lasers using an alternating ray configuration. Gives them an extra kick.
А-а-а. Ебать, я ничего не вижу. При помощи права кнопка мыши? Ну. Наверное.
Unfortunately, the breaking of this glass is a necessary evil. Don't take that as permission to do it elsewhere. Ah, just letting you know that you reset the glass. Thank you.
Окей.
Oh, that creature there is an interdimensional kinetic entity, or type.
Кто?
Stop for a minute and take a look at the painting. The machine I referred to as Dolly started out as a simple metal forge that had been in the family since medieval times. The original quadrangle suit of armor was actually constructed in this very forge.
Охуенно. Извините. Не хотел. А если я встану... Не.
In case you're wondering, you turned on the fan. Please say that you don't need me to explain that to you. Ah, that's where that got to. That is a botched experiment of
Я должен был проверить.
noise generator. There's got to be more around here somewhere. Standard issue conveyor belts. So much easier than carrying things yourself. That's a portrait of my father, Papa Wilfred Zapp Quadrangle.
Ну, и чё? Типа, that's it? А, нет, я где-то должен что-то нажать. Угу. Стой, 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 стой. Отлично.
So I haven't discussed my location a whole lot, but it seems as if I'm in some sort of limbo. I think I may explore a bit and see what turns up. Why? Well, at least avoid impaling yourself horribly. It's bad enough the glass needs to be tidied up.
Не моя проблема. Ок.
This room often gets rather sweltering in the summertime. Air circulation is very important.
С таким звуком упал. Я должен перезапустить RTX Device. Он делает хуйню. И 3 через 2 месяца, кстати, уже. Ну как, и 3. Где звук? Сори.
The physicality of that still completely baffles me. This is one of the animals that Dolly cloned to rather intriguing results. Ah, you've moved on to a part of the manor where another type of dimensional rift is accessible. This is the gravid Wolfram dimension, or heavy for short. This dimension is in direct opposition to the fluffy dimension and will make things 10 times heavier. He's a bit on the shy side. Give him some time to get used to you.
Охуенные провода, конечно.
Now just imagine how long it took me to lay all that out. Be careful. I'd help you, but I've honestly forgotten which dolly is hooked up to which power converter. Some dimensions are tightly bound together, like the one we're in right now, and also the fluffy and heavy dimensions. That red battery will provide enough energy to enable the IDS device to widen the heavy dimension rifts in this area.
Можно какие-нибудь другие кнопки поставить? Куи так не нравится. Можно, например, тяжелое вот это, жестко вот это.
It appears this dolly got stuck on an infinite loop. How unfortunate.
Right.
There seems to be a large expanse of piles and pits filled with various random objects. No, not where you are. Here, in this confounded place. Are those hard candies? They're a little fuzzy. Ugh. Nice job. No, not really. I think you just might be missing something here. With the increased density and higher melting points of items in heavy dimension, quadrangle laser beams are rendered rather ineffectual. I came across Ike some time ago, and he decided to follow me back to the manor. I believe Ike stole these and hid them at one point. He's rather fond of shiny objects.
Ну, бери.
Not half bad. This was once the family cat, Lord Widget Pompadour Fluffington IV, or Widget the First.
Окей.
Apparently this unit needs a little bit of work. Note that if you disrupt the blue beam, it should deactivate something. I'm not entirely sure how many BEDs of radiation that emits. Hope you're not looking to have children later.
Не, так и получится. Да, ну... Стоять, нахуй. Чтобы придумать такое, не придумывается. Стоять. Нет. Давай! Блять, ну уебище. Да какого хуя, выглядок, блядь, ебучий? Почему ты улетаешь, грубо? Звук.
So, don't tell Ike, but that painting really unnerves me. He looks like a horrible mutant koala situation. Ike's place is truly fascinating. That, combined with the fact that I have no clue how I was transported here, is certainly puzzling. It's mostly dark. Well, maybe not dark. Sort of twilight.
Is this a real life? Or is just fantasy?
I'm fairly certain Desmond there will come in rather handy.
На контрол прыгать? Чего, блядь? Кто придумал на контрол прыгать? Что за хуйня? Нет ничего на контрол даже. Все-таки задело. Давай на диван.
I find the number 3 to be a very satisfying number. It's a Heidner number, and the proper amount of scoops on an ice cream cone.
Сколько? 5? 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, I could have done it better myself. Not bad, though. Oh, I really wish I wouldn't do that. This is a compression platform which uses photoelectric energy to function. Like a spring, the energy pulses below the platform excite the molecules in the air, stimulating an elastic structural rigidity.
Пусти. На коробке сюда не влетишь? Интересно.
I hate it when things get broken, especially my things. I was wondering where I could put that.
Ну, бери.
Careful.
А, а, а можно мне еще один ящик?
Now I see a giant pit filled with keys. Just remember, you need enough change in the mass to build up enough mechanical energy.
Че?
Think of this highly complex piece of technology as a trampoline. A double bounce could help.
Я тебя
It's time
услышал.
to spring into action. I cracked myself up.
Мне кажется...
Aren't you supposed to whistle while you work? And grin and whatnot? Satisfying, isn't it?
Ну, есть немного.
This is one of my past inventions, Joan the Jetpack. You probably never saw this invention.
Damn.
It was my hole digger. One can never be too safe. Pun, pun, pun. I was quite the champion at shot put during my years in college on the track and field team. The electromagnetic microreactors, or electrobats if you're so inclined, will all require a conductive polycell.
Да нельзя. Это чё нахуй такое? Ну.
Ah, yes. With these specifications, you should be able to recreate several objects in the research and development lab adjacent to my office.
Да.
Oh, come on.
Ты что там делаешь? Не совсем догоняешь,
The
что за штуки.
electromagnetic microreactors, or electrobats if you're so inclined, will all require a conductive polycell. I also happen to be on the basketball team as well. Nice shot!
Че я поднять не могу под собой? Ага. Это что нахуй, блядь?
Hooped it!
Ой, не успел.
No. Just no.
Yes, just yes. Да просто возьми ее, блядь. Почему не получается, не понимаю. Я понимаю. Да. Блядский рот, ну что не так? Да ну не надо, ну. Почему ты урод? Ну что это за куб такой ебливый? Я не понимаю, я просто, блядь, не понимаю. Я знаю, что это проходит не так, я хочу так, блядь.
Well played. I believe you're close to the generator in that sector. A little further. My head feels like I've been hit squarely by a 2x4, and I still haven't regained my memory. So, you need to be over by that blast door, but it looks like you're going to have to go through the object distribution system to get there. Jump! This is definitely not the right place for you to be. Easy now.
Мне надо сюда.
Huh. I wonder what he's eating there. Are you sure?
Не знаю.
Almost there, I think.
What? Почему я в потолок врезался?
almost there, I think.
Не, слишком быстро. Зачем так много сейфов? Я просто упал. Ну что это, блядь, за хуйня?
Nicely done. The generator room for this sector is ahead. Hey, look at it this way. The worst that can happen is that you fail miserably.
Спасибо.
Fantastic, you made it. If you can get to the generator, I'll tell you what to do.
Это что за срань?
For your general health and safety, I would recommend disabling those. The switches for the laser beams should be up there, somewhere.
Да пока. Ты чё, урод? Я не дотрагиваюсь нахуй. Куда мне идти вообще? Бля. Я не вижу, куда мне идти. Ладно.
better. It was so safe where that was, though. You'll have to bridge the gap somehow since the scaffolding collapsed.
Вау, тихо. Понимать нахуй.
Okay, it looks as if the motor has stopped. You'll need to get that arm rotating fast enough to reactivate the generator.
Рулетка.
That reminds me of the time when the DC voltage was offset by the CW multiplier.
Не понимаю нихуя. Чего? Сейчас погуглю, как проходит, не понимаю. Ну если так, то ладно. Подожди, а как он делает? Да блядский рот. просто рандом получился.
One down, two to go. That wasn't so bad, was it? Why don't you take a look at those blueprints?
Brr. Да,
Good job. You are extremely good at being redundant. Oh.
не сюда?
Hey, you found something. Try not to break too much.
Окей. Какого хуя? Умягчатель где найти?
Good job. You are extremely good.
Это значит? Что? Что за голову? Как дальше пройти?
Ah, splendid. It seems as if the power is starting to come back online. As I still haven't been able to figure out how to get out of here, you'll have to make it to the next generator. Head towards the yellow wing. Hopefully, it won't be too much trouble to access the next generator.
Next generator. Ой, да ёптать.
Perhaps I can find a way out of here. This is getting rather ridiculous.
Хватит.
In case you are wondering about the pneumatic transportation tubes around the manor, they are filled with the same science juice that is in all the IDS batteries. I was able to extract the base material for the science juice from a undisclosed biological source.
Пизда такой урок.
Ah, if only you could see the look on your face right now. I hope that you've been able to glean that the time in this next dimension is protracted, causing everything to move in slow motion. Like a pan-dimensional bunny rabbit, hopping across a landscape of quantum fields. Poetry. Not entirely sure where Desmond is in this area. Sometimes the act of... I'm not entirely sure where Desmond is in this area. Sometimes the act of slowing things down can reveal the correct path.
Титька. Пути.
The first building raised on quadrangle land wasn't much to look at. But I can assure you, the pipework was something impressive.
Как в Портале? Дальше жрать хочу.
Have I mentioned that the manor requires a lot of ventilation? Careful, the blades are rather sharp. Well, it's probably not the best location for you, but good.
Ну, норм.
I would move if I were you. What a disappointing hiding spot. Step. Off.
А почему это я умер?
I would move if I were you.
Блин.
Step off now.
Ну там скользко нахуй. За упражнение прыжковое.
Okay, next.
Окей.
О!
Я почему-то... Меня почему-то назад отпрыгнуло.
О!
О!
You should be able to fit through.
Они стоят. Так. Я застрял, кстати.
Don't forget to breathe. It's an important aspect of
Меня
life.
диван придавил.
You maintain the same dimensional stability. In other words, your properties do not change upon shift. I've been able to ground several of my inventions in our normal baseline dimension as well. That's why quadrangle technology doesn't shift.
Три — это замедлить время.
Botbots, or basic orthogonal traversing bot. I invented them a long time ago to perform simple tasks. Their artificial intelligence is extremely simple, but it helps to keep the house in order.
Чего сказал? Нет.
Well, you did that. I guess you could be proud if you wanted.
Подожди. Я же... Почему? Уродский хуй, блядь. А.
You know what I miss? Guitars. They always make music so much better. Oh, but I digress. When I was your age, I used to have to construct my own computers if I wanted them smaller than a refrigerator. You kids are entirely too spoiled. Ike's become a rather interesting lab assistant, though his indiscriminate appetite is a bit of a hindrance. I was bored all day and decided to play a game of catch with myself, utilizing the slow motion dimension.
Просто я тебя прослушал. Это я сейчас не понял, схуяли. Просто перед еблом появилось.
Ike's become a rather interesting lab assistant, though his indiscriminate appetite is a bit of a hindrance. Wouldn't it be great if you could extend the airtime of that? I was bored all day and decided to play a game of catch with myself, utilizing the slow motion dimension. You should try it sometime.
А, да? Угу.
For some reason, this particular configuration of laser beams has been outlawed in several nations. I can't imagine why.
Угу. Я понял. А чё, нельзя замедлять время, когда... Ай. Да ты даже не дотронулся. Я что хотел сделать-то? Бля, я забыл, что хотел сделать. Что-то я не понял. Когда я не понимаю, я иду гуглить. Искать не хочу.
Ah, and here you see stately quadrangle manor as it stands now.
Да, блядь.
I believe that's safe number 21,157.
О, что это там такое? Да, просто коробка.
Did your mother teach you not to chew with your mouth open? You might want to use something other than your thick skull. That'll do. I'm looking at a gigantic stack of cell phones. It is abhorrent what you young folks text to one another. Is English truly that difficult? Those bot-bots are programmed not to let any non-organic foreign objects pass.
Вуп, 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 вуп. Где свопнут?
Oh, I believe there's a heavy IDS battery across the scaffolding there.
Ладно, зачем это, да? Это все нужно будет на время потом тормозить.
Those bot-bots are programmed not to let any non-organic foreign... Oh, I believe there's a heavy IDS battery across the scaffolding there.
Что принести-то все надо было? Уже ничего нет. Или было? А, ёпа.
Foreign objects like that.
Ты уничтожать будешь даже...
Remember when I told you about playing tag with yourself? Now might be the time to give it a shot.
Мгм. А как же быть тогда? Как мне его пронести, я не понимаю. Я просто сам себе должен его перекинуть и поймать.
Those bot-bots are programmed not to let any non-organic foreign objects pass. Oh, I believe there's a heavy IDS battery across the scaffolding there.
Я так понял, она тоже, да? Да. Что если я ее запульну вон туда нахуй? Бля, высоковато. Она не долетит нахуй. Она ударилась, нет! Блин, было бы красиво. Надо сейчас посмотреть, как ее кидает. А, она по-любому ударится, вот не долетит.
I can invent a glove that completely changes the laws of quantum mechanics, but apparently I cannot stream a movie to where I am right now in spite of the multitude of cell phones. Apparently this unit also needs a bit of tweaking.
Нихуя себе.
Have a safe flight.
I'm not entirely convinced of your aptitude to handle this situation. Oh, well, that was a pleasant surprise.
М. Застрял. Мгм. Да куда что? Эй, давай, давай, ну давай, ну пожалуйста. Дай, сука, нет. Пизда.
Ah, judging by the fascinating amount of missing items, I can hypothesize that I am officially lost. Short-term memory gone. Trapped in some sort of pocket dimension. This used to be one of the manor's libraries. I, altered it. Travel safely.
Я на нее не запрыгну.
What's that saying? It's like wrangling cats?
Э-э-э. Четыре коробки я тебе должен все принести. Каким образом? У меня есть идеи, конечно. А, нет, подожди, нет, у меня идеи. Мгм.
I had this portrait of myself and Ike commissioned before we began time travel in the mid-70s. Do you know that the only legal way to hunt tigers is to travel back in time to do it? I made the first prototype. I haven't had the heart to change the design. There should be an IDS battery on the other side of the fan.
Е-е.
It's like having your own personal zoo. There should be an IDS battery on the other side of the fan.
Возможно. М. Бля, я походу все продал, да? Ну, не напомню. Ну я прыгнул!
There should be...
Короче, я наигрался. Я, наверное, проходить его не буду, потому что набрал я довольно с головоломкой. Да, добавляются новые элементы, но с этим ничего кардинально не меняется. Я поностальгировал. Ну, с моей доволен тоже.